Okay, so here we are, a couple days after I took the wheel and took everything apart. I ran all the pieces of the rocker through my ultrasonic cleaner. I was almost going to replace everything. There was some rust on all this, and so I actually ran the rocker through too. You can see there's rust on this. I'm going to try to work on this a little bit more before I put everything back together. But the reason I actually had to wait was because I had to wait to get this 1.5 inch crowfoot. No place around that I checked, whether it was Lowe's, Home Depot, AutoZone, Harbor Freight, nobody sold a 1.5 inch crowfoot. The biggest that I could find was an inch. So, and you need this 1.5 to set the torque for the jam nut. Also, I couldn't find a 1/2 inch hex, which you'd also need to set the bearing retainer on there. So you have two that you have to set. Now this one, let me show you this. So this is the bearing retainer, is this piece here. And this is the jam nut. Now, the problem I'm having now is finding a torque wrench that'll do 25 to 35 inch-pounds. You can find the beam ones, the old style beam ones, but trying to read that dial and trying to get 25 inch-pounds is like, it's almost, you can almost just tighten it by hand and get 25 inch-pounds. That comes out to be about 2.1 foot-pounds. Now, my torque wrench only goes from 10 to 200 pounds, so I can't even get below that. So I went out today looking for a torque wrench that I could do it, but the gauge is so small that I can't really even see what's going on. So I'm going to show you how to put this rocker together with the bearings and everything like that. Now, I couldn't figure out, let me see if I can move this out a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. I couldn't figure out on this, like this is the rigid fork, this is the Springer fork. So you take these bolts, you have a before you do that, you also have a spherical bearing, you can see that goes on the rigid fork side. Now, you take the spherical bearing and it actually goes in here. I mean, this rocker to work on it is really not that hard. It's, again, the hardest part I'm finding now is the torque wrench. So that spherical bearing, half of it goes in here. The other half goes on the pivot pin here, like this. And then when it goes in the rocker itself, you would think that these two pivot pins are the same. Yeah, they're not. I mean, if you look at the tops of them, and it's the tops you have to worry about. If you look at the tops, you can see how this one is short and this one is tall. If you use this one in the back, you can't close this bearing retainer on top of it. It goes right up against it like that, and you can't grab it with the hex to torque it. And I couldn't figure out why this thing was going so close to it. You know, of course, if I had read the manual like I'm supposed to, I probably wouldn't have wasted so much time. But that's why this one here is shorter. The headwise is shorter. You could see it how much shorter it is. So anyway, if you're working on this for the first time, you take this, you take the rocker, his half of the spherical bearing, and it sits in a groove in here where the flat side is going to be facing the solid fork. So you have it in there like that. So you take this, because this side actually has the fender, the caliper brace on it here. So then you put it down like this in here. So the flat side, whoops, sometimes it doesn't want to go in all the way, but anyway, you put it in there like this. So the flat side goes up against it. Then you take the, let me get this on here. I should have put it on there first, but I have anti-seize all over this stuff. So then you take the one that has the short head on it, and you put the bearing like this, And then this screws in here like that. Then you've got a washer, and then you've got a nut. And then this just tightens up. I can't find any torque value on this, so I think you just tighten this. There's no because this is actually going to be, you know, it's loose. This thing is, the bolt is tight against the nut, but it's loose in here because this is what actually tightens it up, is this bearing retainer. So then you take the other pivot pin that has a spherical bearing already in it with a seal, and then this goes up to the spring forks, springer side, and you might have to move this a little bit. So that goes in there like this. I believe this is 55 foot-pounds. I'd have to look at the manual again, but then that screws in there like that. And then you just tighten this up. Again, I haven't torqued anything yet. I'm just showing you how this goes together. So it's still a little loose, and then you take the bearing retainer is what they call this, because this has like a bearing. I don't know if you can see it. It's right on the edge here. It has like a seal that goes on there. Then this just screws in here. If I can get that in. Sometimes it's easy to put this in before. All right, so sometimes it's easy to put that in before. And then once this is tightened down, and again, I don't know what I haven't torqued it yet, but once you tighten this down, you know, like that, whatever the torque is going to be, I believe it's well, on this it's 25 to 35 inch-pounds. On this, it is 95 to 105 foot-pounds. So this is what keeps everything, you know, in there. I'm not going to do that now because I've still got to do some work on it. But if once you do that, once you torque that, then you take this bolt out. You take this pivot pin out. Now I've already torqued this down twice. I'm just kind of showing you how this works. And you can see, you know, based upon the video that I did when I took this off, how loose that was before. This is pretty tight. So I'm thinking this is pretty close to where it should be. But again, I don't know. You'd have to figure out the foot-pounds. But then you take your torque wrench and you go back and forth to make sure that it's within that range. Which I know this isn't because I haven't torqued anything. And then, you know, once you're done, you put everything back together like that. Like I said, I believe this is 50 pounds. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. You know, look at the manual. But I mean, that's all there is really to servicing that. Just getting the torque values right. Now, when I did set this to, I was setting the bearing retainer to 25 inch-pounds, the lowest, 25 to 35. I was setting it to 25 because you have to hold this with like a wrench while you take the torque wrench and pull it up. So, and it's a little bit difficult to do that on this type of stand. Now, if you're on a table, you have the table, you know, you have the bike strapped down. It's not going anywhere. But this lifts up so easy because there's nothing holding it down. I mean, I guess I could strap it down, but there's nothing holding it down to do that. So I did manage to do it. But again, I took everything apart because at that point I wanted to run everything through the ultrasonic cleaner to get all the rust off, to get all whatever they had on here, the old anti-seize stuff and everything like that. But that's basically all there is to do, all there is to servicing this unit. As long as you get the torque values right, and you know all the pivots look all good on it and everything like that, you shouldn't have a problem doing it. I don't think it's that difficult. I think people make more out of this than what it really is. But like I said, the hardest part I had was, one, not reading the manual like I should have. When I, then I finally looked at it and it says, oh, this one's shorter than the other one, this bolt head. So as soon as I made that jump, because you can see how this thing, fits in there when you're, tighten that down. That's why you have to hold this, because that inner bearing retainer will move when you torque this. So as soon as I can find another suitable torque wrench to get that 25 to 35 inch pounds on it, we'll be good to go. Then we'll be able to put everything back together and start doing the other stuff, and start continuing on with this. So, all right, so that's going to do it for this video. Next video, you'll see I'll actually be torquing this down, because it's probably going to be a few days before I can find that torque wrench. I don't know where I'm going to find it. Like I said, I might have to just order one online and be done with it, just to have that one-time use thing. So don't forget to subscribe. Leave me some comments below. What do you think? Have you done any work on the Springer and had any problems with it? Or if you know a torque wrench that does inch pounds. I can find a lot of inch pound torque wrenches, but they all have 1/4 inch drives, because usually inch pounds is for small fasteners, not something that has a half inch hex drive that you have to use. So I'll find one eventually, and then we'll get going on this. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.